I need you to understand something right now. Loneliness ain't a curse. It's a weapon. Everybody want to talk about how they feel left out, how nobody calls, how nobody checks in. Let me tell you something. Being alone might be the best thing that ever happened to you. Because when you're alone, there are no distractions, no fake love, no empty conversations, no one to tell you take a break when you should be grinding. See, some of y'all so desperate for friends that you're surrounding yourself with people who don't even want to see you win. You think you need friends? No, you need focus. This speech ain't for the ones who want comfort. It's for the warriors. The ones who know they got to walk alone before the world takes them seriously. The ones who've been laughed at, ignored, left out of the group chats, but still keep showing up. If you ever felt like you didn't fit in, if you ever felt like nobody had your back, this one is for you. Stay locked in, because by the end of this, you won't be crying about being alone. You'll be thanking God for it. See, everybody want to be successful until it requires sacrifice, until it requires missing the parties, until it requires waking up at 4 a.m. when no one else is up. You say you want success, but do you want it bad enough to be alone for it? Because that's the truth nobody tells you. Before the applause, before the fame, before the money, there's a season of loneliness. A season where nobody believes in you. A season where they whisper behind your back. They say, oh, he weird. She doing too much. But let me tell you something. That season is the test. Most people fail because they can't handle being by themselves. They run back to comfort. They run back to average. But the ones who make it, they embrace the loneliness. When you're alone, there's no distractions. That's when you hear your own voice. That's when you discover what you're really made of. That's when you put in the work that nobody sees, so later they can't deny what you've built. The world don't clap for the process, they clap for the results. So yeah, you might be alone now. Yeah, it might hurt. Yeah, you might wish you had support. But I promise you this, if you stay the course, the same people who ignored you will wish they had stayed close. Because when you win, that's when they all show up. The doubters, they turn into fans. The ones who left, they want to come back. But here's the secret. You don't do it for them. You do it for you. So stop crying about being alone. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Start working. Start building. Because one day, the world will know your name. And when they ask how you did it, you'll smile and say, I built this in the dark. I built this when I had no one. And now I wouldn't change a thing. Loneliness isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. Most people see being alone as a sign that something is wrong, that they're unwanted, that they don't belong. But the truth is, being alone is one of the most powerful tools you ever have. When there's no one around, that's when you start hearing your own thoughts. That's when you start understanding yourself on a deeper level. See, most people surround themselves with noise because they're scared of silence. They don't want to be alone with their own minds. They don't want to face their insecurities, their doubts, or their fears. But if you can sit in that silence, if you can embrace it instead of running from it, you'll come out stronger than you ever imagined. When you're alone, there's no pressure to fit in. No need to impress anybody. No fake smiles. No forced conversations. It's just you and your grind. That's where growth happens. That's where resilience is built. Because if you can survive the moments when nobody's watching, when nobody's cheering, when nobody's there to tell you you're doing a good job, then when the spotlight does come, you'll be ready. Loneliness teaches you who you really are. It forces you to rely on yourself. It shows you what you're capable of when there's no one to lean on. And once you master that, nobody can ever take that strength away from you. When you have no friends, you have no distractions. No pointless group chats, no last minute plans pulling you away from your goals, no wasted energy on people who don't add value to your life. It's just you, your vision, and your grind. See, most people don't realize how much time they lose entertaining meaningless conversations, hanging around people who don't push them forward, or saying yes to things that don't serve them. But when you're alone, you get all that time back. You get to use every second, every ounce of energy, every moment of focus on what really matters, your success. When you remove distractions, you remove excuses. You don't have anyone to blame for slowing you down. You don't have anyone to pull you off track. It's all on you. And yeah, that might feel like pressure, but pressure creates diamonds. The moment you realize that solitude isn't isolation, it's elevation, you'll stop craving company and start craving progress. While they are wasting time, you're putting in work. And when the results show, they'll wonder how you did it. But you'll know the truth. You locked in, you eliminated distractions, and you turn your loneliness into focus. Pain is the fuel of champions. Every lonely night, every moment of doubt, every time you felt forgotten, all builds something inside you. See, most people run from pain. They let it break them. They let it make them weak. But the ones who make it, they take that pain and turn it into power. Think about it. When has comfort ever made someone great? When has an easy life ever built someone unstoppable? Never. The strongest people in this world weren't handed anything. They were forged in struggle. They had nights where they questioned everything, moments where they felt like giving up, times when they looked around and saw nobody. But instead of quitting, they made a choice. They took all that loneliness, all that frustration, all that hurt, and they used it to push harder. Pain is not your enemy, it's your weapon. It sharpens you. It forces you to dig deeper than you ever thought you could. Because when you've suffered alone, when you've built yourself from the ground up, nothing and no one can shake you. So don't cry about the pain. Don't wish it away. Embrace it. Let it shape you, because one day you'll look back and realize the pain wasn't breaking you. It was making you. Oh,